It's Dragon Ball time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball superhero Orange Piccolo. Piccolo, one of my favorite characters. We're very early on in Dragon Ball Z. I've always been a fan of the big green guy, and he finally gets an upgrade. But it's like one of the dumbest transformation in the show. I'm sorry, but like, he asks Shenlong to unlock his potential, and then Shenlong goes like, "Oh, I even put a bonus on there. What the hell does that even mean?" I don't know. He turns orange and becomes huge, and gets like the big bulky chin and whatnot. The form looks cool, and I'm always a sucker for big, large, huge figures, and this is definitely one of them. So let's have a look at Orange Piccolo. I still haven't decided if I like this design or not, but one thing remains. I love big chunky dudes, so we can say that already. He stands at about 18.5 centimeters, a little over that to the top of his head, which means for your inches we are going up to 7.5, 7.6. Size comparisons.
Here's Jalter, the SH Figuarts Son Goku, Naka Michelangelo, the previous Dragon Ball Super regular Piccolo, Gohan Beast, Pan, and Darkseid.
Overall look and detail. We have the big Shenlong symbol in the back. I'm just gonna start off with that just for a change of pace. But yeah, aesthetically pleasing, big, bulky, huge guy. Mold-wise, don't have any issues. Paint-wise, well, a little bit to say about that. First and foremost, the head sculpt is amazing. I love how anime accurate it is, that they have the printed on eyes and every little detail is on there. The antennas do stand out in a weird way because they look a lot more glossy, because it's just like unpainted plastic. You have the matte tone on the head, and I don't know why they did that with antennas. Obviously, it does show a lot more when you have it under the lighting with the camera, and it won't show as much if you have this guy standing on your shelf just in a regular lit area. Now we have a lot of purple plastic for the gi. I don't think it's actually painted because especially this is like soft plastic. However, they did put some shading on there. I don't know how well you can see it under the camera, but there's some spots which are almost pink looking, especially in the wrinkles down here. They didn't do anything for the crotch, and then as we move down to the pants, especially in the lower half, it's a lot more noticeable than it is in the thighs, although I think there is some of it. And we get down to the shoes, which are unpainted brown plastic, which is just weird. You do like the shading, which is appreciated, and it's cool, even though it is kind of random. You have a spot over here, spot over there, and whatnot. But still, why can't you paint the shoes then? The head sculpt looks great, and like then we move to the arms, which are also nicely painted. Don't really have any complaints there. Maybe a tiny bit of bleeding in some spots, like up here, not really connecting as much as it should be. But again, those are like small issues I have with it. Big props, big bonus points for actually molding the shoulder joint, elbow joint that is. But nicely molded, nicely painted on there. Big chef's kiss for that. And yeah, I mean, overall, it's at the premium Bandai with the premium price point. Where's my premium paint? Because of that, I mean, still, he's pleasing to look at. And I probably say it a bunch of times during this review, I always like the big guys of the line really stand out. You have all these Gokus, Vegetas, where you always just have like the same kind of small muscle body, and to get a big guy like that and also done well is always a treat. For articulation, starting off with the head sculpt, does move back and forth, does tilt side to side, and does go all the way around. It has one of these weird connections which I don't really like, because it likes to disconnect if you just kind of pull on it a little bit. Also have a neck articulation, just barely, tiny bit back and forth, side to side, and some swiveling going on in there. Now for the big shoulders, you have the hinge that goes into, what is that, a ball joint in the chest area, so you can bring that back and forth a little bit. Let me hold on to the butterfly joint. You can move it around in there as well. The hinge itself does not go up more than that, but you can also rotate it a little bit of back and forth motion in there. But we also have a butterfly joint, but you do have a lot of soft plastic. You have the entire gi in the front part, but you also have the floaty piece in there, so it does hinder some forward movement. It's still decent, I guess, but Usually is more in like SH Figuarts. Then you have the bicep swivel, that's classic stuff. Double hinged elbow, move that all the way up like the lower half as well. And then you have a ball hinge in the fist, still classic, bring it back and forth. Can be swiveled. The chest area is a mystery to me, because it looks like there would be some articulation, and maybe there is, but it's really hard to get in there. Maybe it's just completely blocked. As you can tell, there's only a tiny bit of back and forth, a tiny bit of side to side swiveling, and that's about it. Like, I can't really remove the gi anymore. Maybe it's all the soft plastic pulling it back, or maybe it's just not functional at all. But the hip part is a lot more cooperative. You can bring that side to side, can also rotate it freely on there, and the back and forth motion I think is pretty decent. It's a little bit wobbly though as well, unfortunately. Now for legs, they do move forward, out to the side, and doesn't really go to the back because of the namekian butt. Then we have bicep, not a bicep swivel, a thigh swivel, and a double hinged knees going down to the feet, which we have a swivel on the upper half. Yes, we do. And another ball hinge, which is hidden in there, which doesn't really do anything. It's blocked, a little bit too much, needed to be cut further up there. So this is really bad, actually. Back and forth motion is not really there. We do have a pivot. Also, not the greatest, in a toe hinge. So, you know, other than problematic feet, I'm still kind of wondering if I can move it around in any way where it opens up a little bit more, but I don't really see it, so that's unfortunate. Now for the accessories, some good and some bad. First and foremost, you have a Kamehameha effect part, which is mostly for Gohan, because you can also get Gohan hands, which have pegs, so you can connect the Kamehameha effect part. I don't know what the idea is of like adding Gohan hands to Piccolo figure. I don't particularly like it, but that's what we got. Then we have the face sculpt with
I have no idea what that sound just was.
the yelling face and the smirk looking on to the side. I mean, I love these face sculpts. And another angry face, angry greeting teeth face. Awesome stuff with that. But then for the Piccolo hands, we only got like these kind of grabbing hands, booby grab hands, and these kind of same, like more blast effect hands. And that's really it. Final thoughts. Yeah, okay, I'm fine with this one. First and foremost, as I already mentioned, I'm still not sure on the design, but he's big and bulky, and I love me some big bulky dudes. They made an excellent figure out of it. I think the articulation works. It's a little bit wobbly, especially in the legs, but he still holds a pose, and it's nothing out of the ordinary too much. I feel like sometimes with big guys, they try to play around a little bit more. There's a little bit limitation in the torso, but still, I think like overall the articulation is good. Paint job, it's a lot of purple plastic, but however, there's also shading in the pants and like a little bit in the chest, a little bit here and there. It's a bit random, but still appreciated. Everything else looks nice, looks to be in place, and I'm especially in love with the faces. Accessories actually, yeah, could have had a little bit more for Piccolo and a little bit less for Gohan. I hate these kind of add-on things, and fortunately I've only been doing it for like the superhero characters. I really hope that doesn't become a thing, but you know, they really have like this interchangeable gimmick of like, oh, buy all the superhero characters and you get like accessories for another character. I don't want accessories for Gohan when I'm buying a Piccolo figure. That's just the thing. That's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for my figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Orange Piccolo wants.